Annise Parker.
Yet Parker assumes office in a state where voters previously banned gay marriage, Houston voters rejected same-sex partner benefits for municipal workers, and there are no city anti-discrimination laws protecting GLBT residents.
If you look at Houston compared to other cities, smaller cities, we are the largest city in Texas, we do not have the same types of protections for LGBT residents of the city. You can be fired from your job because you're gay. You can be denied housing.
Leadership means more than plans.
During the campaign, Parker strategically chose to stress her experience in order to broaden her appeal. When asked about GLBT issues, she consistently said they were not her top priority.
I have to get the trash picked up and the police on the street and the fires put out and the traffic lights fixed, not necessarily delving into social issues.
Was there a division of opinion as to whether or not she would be, the best advocate for the LGBT community?
Absolutely. I mean, there are people that understand that having someone who understands the issues, who's adopted children, who partner is not recognized legally, who understands the workforce issues and how LGBT people suffer discrimination, having that person as mayor is a huge step forward. But there are other people that said, well, what has she said she will do? She has said, I'm not making any promises. Is that really moving our agenda forward?
In fact, Parker pushed the LGBT agenda forward for years before making headlines as the first openly gay candidate to win a seat on the city council in 1997.
Do you think that you're as much of a GLBT activist now as you were in your earlier years?
No, I'm not an activist for GLBT causes. I am a lesbian elected official. I am the mayor of all of Houston. And I bring with me my history as an activist. I bring with me my passion for those issues. I know that my community was disappointed when I said I was not planning on coming in and leading the charge to repeal our anti-domestic partner benefits ordinance. The reason being it was imposed by the citizens of Houston in a charter election. It's going to have to be repealed by the citizens of Houston in a charter election. If the community comes to me with the petitions and is ready for that fight, I'm ready to join them. But that is not the role of the mayor of Houston.
At a GLBT party on the eve of her inauguration, Parker seemed to reach out to those with doubts.
We are blessed to live in the United States of America. Never forget that we are blessed to be Americans, and even though we often feel that our lot is not fair, that we are frustrated at the pace of change, that there is so much more we want to achieve, and even though sometimes we hang our heads after another referendum battle on marriage, we may lose battles, we will win the war, and we are winning it.
It's clear Parker's won the opportunity to govern Houston her way.
I expect her to lead the city and keep it together, like she's always, like we need a city to be, and she's certainly prepared to do that. And we're a city that's more or less accepting of everybody anyway, so we want to keep that kind of leadership in power.
Normally, I think that she would be held up to a higher standard to advance GLBT causes as mayor, but she did not campaign on them, and they've always just been a component of her life, but not the main one. Houston, like every other city, we got our issues right now, especially on the economic side, so we elected her to figure those out first, and then if she gets some GLBT causes in along the way, more power.
I am so glad that we as a nation and we as a city, we're moving globally. And I am so glad to see Ms. Parker be mayor of this city. I am glad for the President Obama to be president of this country. And I'm very excited about the inclusiveness of all people.
I have 4 businesses and a lot of real estate, and I vote for people based on how I think they're going to perform, not based on gay and lesbian, because I look at the whole good of the city, not gay and lesbian. We've gone way beyond gay and lesbian ghettoization.
It's a Phalaenopsis orchid.
In quieter moments, Parker escapes to the solitude of her office and her pampered orchids, tending to their needs. Kind of what she wants to do for all of Houston.
Cities are living, breathing organisms, and they require so much time and energy and attention to make function, particularly a city the size of ours.
If you had to choose, what would you rather be known for? Being a great mayor or being a pioneering activist for GLBT issues?
That's actually an easy question. I would rather be known as a great mayor of my hometown.
A great mayor who just happens to be gay. In Houston, I'm James Hattori for The Advocate.